It's like a dream come true, King. And his opponent had better watch out. It's like a dream come true, King. Eating their vitamins and saying their prayers. I don't think that's going to happen, King. See my Oklahoma ass.
You're now listening to The Meat Locker on JBShow.net and on Radio here on YouTube. This is the Foul Mouths Network and FMN Nation. And here are the men themselves.
It's been up there for so long.
Foul Mouth Ken and the one and only Filthy Mouth Gamer.
But Orton won it younger than either one of them.
Oh, yeah, baby.
The FU! What an impact!
Oh, my God, King, it's King! What's up, everybody? Foul Mouth Ken, the one and only Filthy Mouth Gamer.
Yeah, fuckers.
And we're coming to you with the old Meat Locker. Lock it up, lock it up, lock it up, lock it up, shake it up, shake it up, lock it up, stack it up. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it out, oh shit! Shake it out, don't shake it out, oh shake it out, oh shake it out, shake it out, no, shake it out, no, shake it out, with the bow, shake it out, shake it out. Shake it out, Meat Locker. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake the Meat Locker. Oh, it's a Meat Locker. Motherfucking Meat Locker. It's the Meat Locker, baby, Meat Locker, yeah. So today we got a special treat for you guys. It's not going to be your normal Meat Locker. We're going to touch on, I guess, listen, we talk about women on this show all the time. Every episode is about women. So far, every single episode. I think we're on number 8 right now. And we always talk about women. We always talk about, you know, who's hot, who's not, this and that. And we get on some graphic stuff on this show, as you guys know who listen to it. But today we're gonna talk about something that is really controversial, and it depends on how you look at it. You can look at it from many different ways. I mean, really, realistically, not many different ways. There's 2 ways of looking at it. What the topic we're gonna be talking about. And before I tell you what the topic is, there's 2 ways of looking at this topic. 1, you can agree. Or 2, you're totally against it, like I am, and sure like Filthy Mouth Gamers, and I'm sure like a lot of you people out there are. Now, if you agree with the deal that we're about to tell you, then you know what, listen, I'll save what I think of you for later on in the show. A person who would agree with something like what we're going to talk about. So with that said, we're going to talk about a touchy topic that has been going around since they announced it the other night on WWE, and we're talking about them going to Saudi Arabia and them doing SummerSlam there. No, right? Not SummerSlam. What is it again they're doing?
It's
the greatest.
Greatest Royal Rumble or some shit.
They're billing it the greatest Royal Rumble. They're gonna have 50 men in the ring at once. A lot of cock, a lot of sausage. You know what I mean? That's how Saudi Arabia likes it. A lot of sausage. I mean, these guys dance with each other at clubs in Saudi Arabia. They don't dance with women in clubs. They dance with each other.
They're savages.
So, WWE headed over to Saudi Arabia for what they're billing to be the best one ever. The best battle royal ever, right?
I guess. I mean,
well, I mean, they're saying it's going to be the greatest one yet. They're saying, right?
I mean, that's what they have to say to sell fucking tickets. But
well, look, all I know is the women's division in WWE right now has become something that never thought that it would be. Okay, watching wrestling about 20 years ago, women were always in it, but they were sex objects. They were pranced around the ring. They would go out there and wrestle each other, and real deal wrestle each other as well as they were taught. And then they'd come out the next night in bikinis and have a bikini contest. You know what I mean?
Divas.
Yeah. Imagine one of these chicks from nowadays being told, "Hey, listen, you got to get out there for a bikini contest."
I get used to you. The ratings keep slipping.
Well, the reason that the ratings that are slipping because of that, because it's not there no more. That's not there no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's sad to say because some people are calling this one a top 5 WrestleManias ever, and I'm like, you fucking got to be kidding me.
Who's saying that?
Some people, I've heard it on the internet, man. I've heard a couple of people be like, top 5. I'm like,
did those people were those people alive for like the first 10?
I have no clue because to me, WrestleMania 3 is number 1.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Okay,
yeah. Andre the Giant, which, to remind everybody, Andre the Giant tonight at 10 o'clock on HBO. And you guys aren't listening to this when we're recording it, obviously, but you can go on HBO now, and if you have HBO on demand, you can go on there and check out the Andre the Giant documentary that hit HBO for the first time on Tuesday night, the 10th. This is Tuesday night, the 10th. We're taping this around 9 o'clock. It starts there now, or 10 o'clock Eastern time on HBO is the Andre the Giant documentary, which you might want to go check out if you have HBO. It'll be on demand by the time you guys hear this. Really cool.
And if you don't want to check it out, go fuck yourself. How's that?
But listen, let me tell you, okay, for these people, for WWE to be like, yeah, no problem. Let's go to Saudi Arabia. Let's bill it the best fucking, battle royal ever, the best whatever the fuck. What do they call it again? What is it supposed to be?
It's the greatest Royal Rumble.
Greatest.
It sounds like somebody like the Iron Sheik named it.
The greatest.
It's the greatest Royal Rumble.
It's the greatest Royal Rumble, motherfucker. The greatest Royal Rumble. Fuck you. Because it does sound like he fucking built it. You're right, dude. Right. It's one of the greatest, you fuck your kid.
It sounds like either he named it or Trump named it.
It's the greatest Royal Rumble ever. Because I'm president. Yeah, it's the greatest one ever because I'm president. That's why it's so great. Because I'm president. And fuck you if you don't like me. You can suck it.
But you guys know what I mean. It's supposed to be the greatest one yet. Right? So they're going over there. Now, how do you guys feel as WWE fans? Do you not care that they're saying, okay, we won't have the girls wrestle at all because we know that you guys disrespect the fuck out of women and don't care about them and you stone them to death and you do all kinds of fucking crazy shit to your women over there. Knowing that, we won't bring our women with us. We'll just bring Sausage Fest with us. 50 men are going to be in this battle royal. Okay? 50 men. For the first time ever, 50 men are going to be getting in that ring. Now, you want to know why it's 50 men? Because that's all they like there in Saudi Arabia is sausage. So, 50 men. And for what? Because they can't put women in over there because they might take too much heat or they might lose some ratings over there or I don't know.
Are you that desperate? You need to go to Saudi Arabia? I mean, seriously? Why? Who gives a fuck?
I just don't get it.
And I read an article that WWE wants to get a foothold in the Middle East. What do they give a fuck?
I know they've been doing a lot in the Middle East now, man. I mean,
who gives a fuck?
Listen. The Middle East they do have wrestling a lot there. They do.
They do.
Okay, so there's wrestling there. We get that.
Iran fucking won. Didn't they win gold medals?
Yeah.
In wrestling?
Yeah.
So I mean, like there is wrestling.
Yeah, there is. There's wrestling there. There's a market. There's no doubt about it. But like, you're gonna go over there and you're gonna hide your women
That's disgusting.
Like, come on now, man.
If
like,
I worked for the WWE and I was a
I'd
woman,
be
I'd be
fucking,
like, fuck you.
yeah, I'd be pissed the fuck
You
off,
bashed your
dude.
fucking brains in a few hundred days a year.
Yeah, and
that
now you're
company.
being told when we go over there, you can't come on with us.
In supposedly the biggest event ever.
I
That's how they're
don't
billing
get it, man. That's pretty fucking. That's a slap in
fucking
the
disgusting.
face, man. It's a slap in the mouth, man.
And Americans, this is what Americans do. Americans go, yeah, you know, they do torture people and they do cut people's heads off and they do treat women like pieces of shit. But, you know, it's not over here, so what do I give a fuck? But I'll tell you why you give a fuck. And especially with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, okay, partially funded 9/11. That's in the fucking documents. All right?
Oh, yeah, they said that most of the people that had to do with Saudi Arabia, that had to do with the 9/11 was from
the
Saudi
hijackers,
Arabia.
Yeah, 16 out of 19, but not even
from
that.
Saudi Arabia, man. It's fucked up, dude.
So now does that make it fucking? Does it make it more personal now that they fucking were involved in 9/11? You pieces of shit. Like Vince McMahon. You know what, man? He's got to be fucking kidding me. You know what I mean? Like, check this out. Listen to this. Vince McMahon will go to Saudi Arabia with a bunch of fucking just absolute savage animals that treat their women and children like pieces of shit. Meanwhile, they had to announce, oh, by the way, women and children are allowed to attend. Are you fucking serious? You
like,
have to
guess
announce
what?
that?
Guess what they're going to let us do? Guess what the big oil Saudi guys are going to let us do? They're going to let us bring women and children to the event.
Wow.
Holy fucking shit.
They went out on a limb with that one.
Hey, but listen, they've been doing this for years, for fucking thousands of years. Who are we to change what they do? Who are we to say that they're barbaric or not? Who are we to fucking tell them
disgusting.
whether they're right or wrong by what they're doing? Who the fuck are we?
You got people in this country.
Listen, if you have a wife, if you have a girl, a daughter, a kid, if you have anything remotely close to that, you would not be fucking saying that because they stone women there for looking sexy. They stone women there for fucking
funny thing is, you got people
expressing themselves.
You got people criticizing people in this country, criticizing each other for eating Tide Pods, and rightly so. But they won't fucking have no problem with cutting people's heads off.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, listen, all right, okay, that's a part of the religion that I'd say, you know what? You guys do what you got to do. You want to behead people? That's the way you do things. Who the fuck am I to intervene with that? Okay, that I get. But not fucking sitting there and saying, oh, you treat women like absolute fucking shit for no reason whatsoever. And you fucking stone them to death if they get too fucking out of hand and they stand up for themselves, God forbid.
The thing is, that's what it says in their book. That's the fucked up thing.
Well, I mean, if anybody here in America fucking thinks that there's nothing wrong with that, then there's a fucking problem.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is, I'm not condoning it, but what I'm saying is these fucking old horseshit religious texts need to fucking be called out because it was written at a time when this shit didn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I agree. I agree.
You go back to the Old Testament. The Old Testament condoned slavery.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, but no, everybody ignores it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Quran, which is obviously the Muslim book, is supposed to be the third book of the series. The Old Testament being the first book, New Testament being the second book, and the Quran being the third. And it's like, you know what? I thought the fucking prequel trilogy of Star Wars was bad. You know what I mean? Holy shit!
I mean, listen, this is just I don't know what to make of this.
I'm telling you right now.
Let me ask you this: do you do you boycott this? Do you like turn your back on it?
Actually,
like if you're a WWE wrestler, a woman wrestler, do you turn around and say, "Fuck you, man! You're not going to bring us there for this"?
Yes.
You
especially
do?
Because they're bashing their fucking brains in. Fucking I mean, hundreds of days a year.
Yeah.
Dude, this is what I was going to say. So Vince McMahon has no problem doing business with these cocksuckers, but when Kurt Angle was hopped up on fucking painkillers because he was in pain for bashing his fucking skull in for fucking 10 or 15 years for you, that was a problem. You had to fire Kurt Angle, right? But it's okay to do business with these pieces of shit. Like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's definitely
disgusting.
true.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, that is pretty
You know
fucked
what?
up.
Yeah, it's not. Is it my place to tell the people what they should and shouldn't do?
No.
Probably not.
No.
However, if I'm a consumer of an American company that decides to do business with those cocksuckers, it is my place to say, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play now. I'm not doing business with you anymore. I'm not going to watch your fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm tired, dude. I'm tired of my country coddling these cocksuckers because they're the biggest pieces of shit in the Middle East.
And because they own oil.
Yeah, I mean that's what that's all it's
basically
about.
what it comes down to.
And it's end of story.
All right, now let me ask you this. All right, say you're a WWE, women's wrestler, right? And if you open up your mouth, you're losing your fucking job.
Well, you have to do it all together. You can't just be one. That's the thing.
Yeah.
All the women wrestlers have to do it at the same time.
And I doubt they're gonna do that. So I mean, it's like,
and they should. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
That pissed me off when I heard. Like, I listen, honestly, in the beginning, I was like, oh shit, that sounds cool, man. 50 men in a ring at once, like Saudi Arabia in this city that's fucking insane. With the buildings are insane there. It's like fucking crazy.
Oh no, you're talking about Dubai.
No, it's not. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about Dubai. I'm talking about the city that they're going to is fucking insane. It's gorgeous.
Right. It's all built on the bones of fucking women and children.
Yeah, I mean, and oil.
And oil. Well, yeah.
And oil. I mean, oil's got a lot to do with it, you know. And WWE, they're just trying to, like you said, you read that they want to get a foothold in the Muslim areas and shit like that are actually into wrestling and stuff, because there are a lot of Muslim countries that are into wrestling. There's no doubt about it.
Great, watch it on TV.
But it's like, man, listen, they need to get with the program, okay? Women are not fucking being shoved in the background anymore. A lot of women run this world now, man. Like, come on, get with the fucking program, man. Like, why do we have to fucking obey by your shit? You know, if I want to go there and I want to bring my women wrestlers with me, and McMahon should have fucking been like, you know what? The revolution we're going through right now with women in wrestling, we need to fucking stand up and either you let us do this and bring the women there for one of the first times ever, or fuck you, we don't come there. But of course he's not going to do that because it's a publicly traded, a company, and they're looking to make best points that they can with everybody. So there you go. They fucking tell their women, you're not coming, you're not going to be going there, and you're not going to be wrestling. There's
a bizarre duality going on between our two countries, because you have their extreme, which is treating women like dirt, and then you have what's going on over here, which is the other extreme, where if a woman says that a guy sneezed in her fucking presence 30 years ago, that he should be fucking lose his career.
I know, you know something? Here we are saying how wrong they have it over there, which they do.
Right.
But look at us. We got it pretty fucking wrong too, man.
No, we have the other extreme where if you look at a girl the wrong way, it's sexual harassment. If a girl just alludes to getting raped, even if she's totally full of shit, you have to believe her. You have to believe her.
Yeah.
So we have a total other fucking thing going on over here. But like, don't get me wrong, I would much rather take what's going on over here.
Oh yeah, because then you don't have to worry about your woman being dragged out of the fucking house and being stoned in front of your house for fucking looking sexy. You know what I mean?
It's dude.
Like, how do you think, dude? Like, how do you think the men over there feel that they gotta like hide? They gotta like hide that they find their wife attractive. They gotta, like, I was reading this thing about it, man. It's like they can't let somebody know that they're sexually attracted to a woman. They have to like hide it. They have to absolutely hide it, and they bring it up when the time is right to the person's parents or like whatever the fucking. It's just fucking weird, man. Fucking very weird over there.
Just fucking shut the fuck up. That's it.
Yeah, it's barbaric.
Stop with the sexual fucking repression. It's ridiculous.
I know, man. In this day and fucking age, man.
Look at the Catholic Church. You got a lot of sexual repression. What else you have? A lot of kid touching fucking priests.
Yeah.
Because of the sexual repression.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if they told those guys, hey, turn around, you could have women now. You could have wives and shit.
I think it would or
I don't know. Dude, they're touching boys. Like, what is that going to reprieve if they're saying, you know what I mean?
No, but here's the other thing. If you say, listen, you could be outright gay and still be a priest, then I think it might.
Would you have a problem with something like that?
What, if a priest was gay?
Yeah.
No, it's none of my business. I don't give a fuck who he's fucking.
Either. I don't fucking either, man.
It's like you get to fuck whoever you want to fuck. It's none of my business.
Exactly. It's none of our fucking business. What do we care? Why do they fucking have to tell priests that you can't have a married life or a love life?
It wasn't like that back in the day. Like, we change the rules every like fucking few hundred years. It's fucking hilarious. You know, which makes it like, why believe in it at all?
Stupid,
if
man.
you can change the fuck, like confession, like that whole confessional shit, that didn't show up until like 1100. Like, that was over 1,000 years after Jesus. They decided, you got to confess all your.
Now we get to know what the fuck you did wrong. Now we get to know
because we've decided.
Because we decided, we all got together and we decided we want to know what you did.
We wanted to jerk off to your stories.
To your stories. We want to know your stories, and we have the right to know them.
Right. And then if we don't like them, we're gonna kill you.
Yeah, we don't like them, then we tell you to repent and go fuck yourself because you're going straight to hell. You know?
It's fucked up, dude. All right, listen.
What a way to live.
I'm not
This
gonna.
whole world is fucked up. You know, here we are saying that they treat their women all fucked up. Meanwhile, we have priests who fuck kids here.
Oh yeah, and not only that, you have cardinals that cover for them when they know it.
I know something like that just happened recently too, man. Something like that just happened recently, man.
It's fucking
it really is. It's a fucked up.
Is there anything darker than that?
Let's just say, folks, it's a complete fucked up world we live in. I mean, there is just no doubt about. We live in a fucked up world that is just. I don't know, man.
Dude, the darkest shit that happens in this world is wrapped around organized religion.
You talk about a house of fire.
Exactly. and that's well, according to the book, that's where they should end up when they're dead.
And I think it's going to pay off. Mark my words.
I hope you're right. I
think it's going to pay off. Mark my words.
Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the. Well.
Wait.
Someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers.
Someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers.
Somebody hasn't been taking their fucking Bell's palsy medication, though, I'll tell you that.
Cheating, plain and simple.
That's cheating, plain and simple.
You can hear the spit flowing out of his mouth.
Yeah, listen.
Are out of a job. This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar.
This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. The supers and the stars.
Anybody's match. And Lord knows it's been up there for so long
that my wife's Segway has fallen into the twilight zone. Scumbag.
Yeah, wasn't it fucking hilarious?
Not one woman has made the trip with us today, scumbag.
In the fucking 90s, how he was the fucking commentator of WCW. And then they switched.
Yeah.
He became WWF, and then Gene Okerlund and all them went to WCW. What's so fucking
It is pretty fucked up because he was over there, and so was the other guy was over. He was in WCW, right?
Right.
And Tony Schiavone was in WWE.
Right.
And then Tony Schiavone went over to fucking WCW, and then he came back over to WWF. You know, like, what the fuck?
Like they traded people. It's so ridiculous.
Fucking so stupid, dude. You know? Oh my God.
Yo, I watched WrestleMania 8. It wasn't the main event, which is bizarre, but it was the championship match with Macho Man versus fucking Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And it was on YouTube, and the only way I guess they could play it is if they sped it up like a half a notch, right? So Bobby Heenan had like this high pitched voice, and it's fucking hilarious to hear Bobby Heenan like that.
Come on, get me on the fucking ring, you motherfucker.
He'd be like fucking. Who was he with? Who was he out there?
Fucking Gorilla Monsoon.
Oh, him and Gorilla were the best, dude. There's no doubt about that.
Hey, Gorilla, you got your fucking haircut today, Gorilla?
Oh, would you be serious?
Oh, would you be serious already?
I swear to God, would you be serious
Do
already?
you remember that? That's how Bobby Heenan left
You
WWF.
motherfucker.
What? They made Gorilla like get mad at him.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
kick him out.
Yep. And he was out. Yeah, I remember that. Yep. I remember that. You remember that? You remember?
There'll never be another Bobby the Brain Heenan ever.
When I met Bobby the Brain Heenan, I'll never forget it, man. When I was a kid, I met Bobby outside the Nassau Coliseum where the Islanders play, and where they always would have the events there. And he was one of the nicest fucking guys I ever met. And I remember thinking, that he was such a scumbag that he was going to be a scumbag to me. So I was like, oh, this guy's going to be a total scumbag. But my father was like, yeah, go ask him. And I was like, nah, he's going to be a scumbag. My father was like, Kenny, go ask him. So I walked up to him expecting this guy to be like a total fucking scumbag, you know, obviously. Dude, he was so fucking cool, man. So cool. Like, asked me, you know, where do you go to school? How old are you? You're a big guy. Are you into wrestling? Made me feel good about myself type of thing, dude. It was fucking pretty cool, man. You know, I'll never forget that, man. Bobby, and I mean, I met a lot of these wrestlers back in the day because my Uncle Vinny would bring me over to, he'd bring me over to the Coliseum and he'd go downstairs where no one else was allowed to go.
Right.
And I'd be like, you know, I get to see all of them, you know what I mean? So it was like, it was pretty cool because he would take me downstairs. He knew all the other security guards, so I would get like right in. And the security guards would tell my uncle, hey, listen, if he wants, just go downstairs and wait down there and wait by this door because this is where their limos and their cars pull up to pick them up.
Right.
So this was towards the end of, it was a house show. It was not a TV show. It was a house show, but all of them were there. So they told us where to go. And we went down there and we stood at this door. And the door, Filthy, would open up every like 3 minutes. And dude, it was like the WWE, like, you know, entrance ramp, bro. That's what it was like. Because every 5 minutes, it'd be someone else that I knew. And I'd be like, oh. And I remember this one other kid being down there with me. And I don't know how he was down there or who he knew. But he was down there with me. And every time the door would open, me and this kid would go, oh, like that. And I'll never forget it, dude. The last guy to come out was Andre the Giant. And I ran up to him. We both ran up to him. And we had these, you know, pen and pad in our hand or whatever we had. And all the other wrestlers signed. You know, everybody was cool as fuck. And Andre just kind of looked at us and just gave us like this hand up in the air and went, ugh, and proceeded to get into his limo. And I was like, what the fuck? He's not going to sign for us? And he didn't sign for us. And I remember everybody sitting there saying, hey, nobody ain't saying shit to this dude. Like, because there was a couple of times where in New York, if you grow up in New York, I don't know how it is in other places, but in New York, if a certain baseball player or hockey player or even just anybody doesn't sign an autograph, most of the time New Yorkers say shit back to these athletes. Am I wrong, Mike?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, for instance, one time I was going to get Zygmunt Palfi's autograph, and I was there from the beginning of the morning, I mean, till fucking the time that they showed up, and I stopped by the door. I was at the door where they all go in. I got everybody's signature that went in before him, and then all of a sudden, here comes Zygmunt Palfi. I see him pull up in the parking lot. I'm like, okay, I'm finally going to get his autograph. I had his rookie card. I was the biggest Zygmunt Palfi fan you could fucking meet. No joke. Like, I was legitimately huge Zygmunt Palfi fan. So long story short, he signs about 15 autographs before he gets to me because he had this like long ramp, this long walk up the ramp. And he got to me and I thought for sure, you know, he's going to sign mine. He signed everybody else's. He gets right up to me and I put the fucking pad out and I'm like, hey, here you go, man. And he looks at me and he's like, no, I can't right now. I have to go. I have to, too many. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I've been here. I was the first one here, which I was. I was the first one online. And he was like, no, I do it after the game. And I went, after the game? I went, I'm not waiting around after the game. Now I start getting like belligerent with the guy. And the security guards are now looking at me. And he's like looking at me too. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And all of a sudden I was like, you'll sign this fucking thing and you'll sign it now. And he like gave me this look like, what? And he kept walking and he's like, I'll do it after game. And I'm like, no, fuck you, you midget motherfucker, like that, dude. That was it, bro. Security just ran up to me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, yo, man, not for nothing, man, but I've been here all day, and you guys know it. You see me waiting here all day. And they were like, dude, if he doesn't want to sign for you, he doesn't have to sign. And I'm like, but come on, man. I'm like his biggest fan. I've been waiting here all day. Nope, you don't have to sign. You don't want to sign, you don't want to sign. I could not fucking believe it, but I said something back. You could bet your ass I said something back to the fuck. You know what I mean? So that goes to show you like how New York fans are. It was in my blood to fucking yell something back at this scumbag. But long story short, that's how we are here. So like you're gonna hear something, but I guarantee you that day, Andre the Giant said what he kind of looked at us and shrugged us off like, fuck who, I don't know about this thing. I'm going into my limo, which I watched him climb into this limo, and I swear on my kids, may God strike them dead. This is the God's honest truth. This guy had to get down on the floor on one knee, and throw his body on the inside of the limo and then crawl into the limo. Okay? That was my one-time experience meeting Andre the Giant, was him getting into a limo. He put a knee on the ground and dunked his body into it, and fucking the rest of his legs after. And I was sitting there in amazement, and I looked around, and you could bet your ass not one motherfucker in that place was going to say anything to this dude not giving us an autograph. Because most of the time, even somebody's father or something would be like, oh, give the kid an autograph. You know, like, they're sitting out here waiting for you. But nobody said a fucking word to Andre the Giant, man. They knew better than to fuck with that dude. That is definite word. That is like serious. Like, nobody said shit. So, long story short, when I met Bobby Heenan, he was fucking awesome. You know, Andre, I guess, you know, he was older then. I think that was around, let me see what year that was. I think that was around, like, it had to be like a year or two after Andre lost to Hogan in, so maybe like 80, maybe it had to be maybe before that. What year did Andre lose to Hogan? In 88? 87?
87.
Wow, so it was before that, dude. It was before
so
WrestleMania 3.
So he probably still had a long hair.
Yeah, it was before WrestleMania 3. Yep, it was. It had to be. Yeah, he was scary looking, dude. I met Macho Man Randy Savage.
I heard he was a scumbag.
He was cool as fuck, man, when I met him.
I'm talking about, like, to other wrestlers. Like, in other words, if you knew him personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that he was very protective over his wife, and
I was watching this King Kong Bundy sat down and interviewed, and they was talking
dude,
about all the wrestlers.
I seen some of that on YouTube, man. I seen some of that.
Yeah,
King Kong Bundy's in good shape, huh?
Well, he said, Macho Man, Macho Man was with his father, and Macho Man was fucking with him, and the father's like, oh, leave him alone. He's not going to be alive too much longer. Like, this is the 80s. So King Kong Bundy looks at the camera and goes, yeah, fuck you, Randy, and fuck your father, because I'm still alive, and you're both dead.
Yeah, I guess he knew them really well. The only one that really lived from that whole thing was Lenny Palfo, Macho Man's little brother.
Leaping Lenny.
Yeah, Leaping Lenny Palfo, who was many, many different characters throughout his time with a lot of companies. You know what I mean? And he could have been big, that dude, but he just never rose to the heights of his brother for some reason. But he came from a wrestling family, you know? And he had talent. You know what I mean? As the Genius, I used to fucking hate him. You know?
The Genius.
The Genius. He was a real fucking douche nugget when he was the Genius.
You know what they should bring back? Because that reminds me. They should bring back... Why don't they bring back Saturday night's main event?
You know, they were doing something like that for a while, bro, believe it or not.
Like, why wouldn't you bring it back? I mean, I guess you'd have to have people watch the fucking shit to bring it back.
I mean, you got your own network now. You can fucking do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
I used to love when that was on a Saturday night.
I used to love McMahon's show. That it used to be like a Saturday, used to be like a Tonight Show type of thing.
Oh yeah.
And he'd bring wrestlers out, and he'd fucking talk.
Well, that was what
show
Raw
matches.
was before Raw.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It was, what the fuck was it called? Because it was Monday night. What the fuck was it? I got to look it up, man. I forgot what it was called. But it was called, I remember, all right. Sunday wrestling was Wrestling Challenge. Saturday wrestling was Superstars of Wrestling.
Yeah.
Then you had Monday nights, I forget what it was called. But then Saturday night's main event happened, once a month or some shit? It didn't happen every Saturday.
No, it didn't.
But when it did happen, boy, the fucking matches were sick.
Oh, they're sick matches, man. Insane matches, man.
Like King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd versus Andre.
Dude, that was like no joke, bro.
2-on-1 fucking fight.
That was fucked up, dude. To watch that was like just that shit was great.
The other day I watched when Mr. Wonderful Orndorff betrayed Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And he went with the Heenan family.
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking good. Classic. That's
and the crazy thing is he was kind of he was a bad guy at first, remember? And then like he went good. Remember when he went good after like WrestleMania 2, I think he was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like kind of like, oh, cool, he's good now. You know, which was cool to see Paul Orndorff as a good guy. And then all of a sudden, yeah, he fucking backstabbed Hogan because him and Hogan were boys after that, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and then that was it. He backstabbed Hogan and became part of the Heenan family. I'll never forget that shit either. But that was the thing to be, man, back then, was part of the Heenan family, dude. Like, you got in with the Heenan family, you were a top heel. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You were a top fucking heel, hands down. Top heel. One of
Dude,
the most top heels.
Yeah, dude.
Automatically. You know?
Let's see. You talk. All right. So let's see. This is the Heenan family. You ready? You had Bundy and Stud. Orndorff. You had fucking Hercules Hernandez. You had what's the fuck? Adrian Adonis.
Dino Bravo.
Dino. Oh my.
Remember him? He got shot in the fucking head, dude. Dino Bravo.
Good. Fuck him.
Oh, come on, man. Fucked up, dude.
Do you remember when they made it like he benched like 600 pounds? And meanwhile, the fucking guy was like pulling the bar up.
Like, get the fuck, come on, dude.
Bench 600. The fucking loser.
Fuck out of here. That's like when they made Braun Strowman push over this fucking car and shit. It was like all the limo, whatever the fuck it was. It was just like, I forget, it wasn't a limo. It was like, it was an ambulance or some shit.
Dude, that guy would be,
fuck
not Braun Strowman, but you know who would be awesome in WWE, but he would never do it because he probably wouldn't want to put his body through all that shit?
Who?
Would be the Mountain.
Oh, yeah, he would be pretty
Holy
fun.
now that's a strong motherfucker.
Yeah, the Mountain's no joke, man.
He's a seriously strong motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, he is, dude. He definitely is. The Mountain. The Mountain. The Mountain. Yeah, he is a strong fuck, dude, and a big boy. Big boy. You'll see, you never know, man. You might see him end up in the WWE ring one day, that dude. You know?
Right.
You just might. You never know, man. You know? You never know. All right, well, anyway, guys, that was our discussion. I mean, listen, how you feel about whether WWE should be really, I don't know what to call it. I mean, selling out their girls, bowing down to...
Dude, there's no loyalty, bro.
Yeah, like bowing down to the bullshit. And
see, this is what makes me mad about corporations, is that they don't, like, show any loyalty to their employees.
No, they don't.
They only have loyalty to the fucking money.
Yeah,
that's fucking disgusting.
It's a shame, man. It really is. And the women's wrestling has come so far, so fast here with women like, you know, Ric Flair's daughter, and like, you know, just like all these women kick ass, man. They're really fucking great athletes. I give them a lot of respect, but you know, I lost some more respect for WWE when I heard this, because it was just like, really, you're not gonna go like either go there with your women and make a statement and say, this is what we do. Get with it. If you like wrestling, you're gonna have to watch women. That's the way we do it.
Yeah, get over it.
Right? Or don't make the statement and don't go. Go.
That was. Do you remember we
It just fucking really pisses me off that they don't. How do they not use this as an opportunity to fucking make a statement? I don't get it.
In Abu Dhabi, recently they made the two women's wrestlers wrestle totally clothed.
Totally clothed. They made, and who are they again? One of them was
I have to look it up again.
One of them was ex-champion. The ex-champion.
Let me see if I can find it again.
What's her name? She just lost in WrestleMania. The cute blonde.
Yeah, I'm not gonna find it again. Fuck.
I know her name. It'll come in a second. Hold on. Oh, Orlando Bliss. Bliss.
Right. Yes, that was one of them.
They made Bliss dress head to toe in clothing.
Oh, Sasha Banks was the other one.
And Sasha Banks. So both of them came out head to toe in fucking in clothing. Well, I mean, but head to toe in clothing, like they legitimately needed to be clothed. They didn't want them there unless they were. That's fucking crazy to me. These are WWE fucking women. These are WWE superstars. What the fuck are we thinking here? They're not from there. The rules don't apply to them. I guess if you're in their country, then the rules apply. Fuck that. This is where McMahon and that company should have said, yo, this is what we do. Take it or leave it. And they didn't. And it's pissy and it's shitty because they're a corporation now and they don't give a fuck about the workers. Just like Mike said, that's the way they are now. A typical fucking company. When they used to not be like that. You know what I mean? It used to be a family. Wrestling is a family. Wrestling, they think of each other as family. You know,
Well,
and
not anymore because it's a fucking publicly traded company.
exactly, and that's a shame. That's a
yeah.
fucking shame because women have come really far in WWE in a short time right now. And for people like Trish Stratus and all those women, and for, you know, that's a whole nother story right now what I'm about to say. But for that chick to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, who was inducted this weekend, who was around in the Attitude Era, I forget her name, but for her to be in the Hall of Fame before. And I know she was with Glow, Women of Wrestling, and all that shit. But for her to be in there before China is a mockery. And when are they going to put China in as a fucking mockery, okay? And let me tell you something. If you think that you're going to take a woman like China and parade her ass over to overseas and tell her she's got to put on fucking clothing to be out there, she would have fucking laughed at you in your face.
Did they put in, like, the Fabulous Moolah into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
You have to fucking put her in because she was there in the fucking way beginning.
Oh, yeah, Fabulous Moolah, hell yeah.
What about Sensational Sherry?
Yep. Yeah, she's in there too. All these people are in there, but China. And that's
do you think
because
that has anything to do with Triple H?
Yes, of course it does. Of course it does.
That's ridiculous.
Of course it most certainly does, dude.
She's dead now. Like, get over it.
100% it has to do with him. 100%. 100%. Stephanie McMahon is fucking jealous that, you know, they were porking one day. And that's exactly what it has to do with. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt. Why else is she not in the fucking WWE Hall of Fame? Come on now. Why else? Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. But anyway, guys, leave us your comments and shit beneath the video here on the website. And thank you for coming and checking out jbradio.net, jbshow.net, actually. I don't think it's turned to JB Radio yet, but big shout out to everybody that's on the website. Go check out the vlogs, everything else that's on here. Filthy Mouth Gamer's got a nice vlog going. Go check out many of his shit that he's written already. And don't forget to check us out on the Foul Mouths Network and also on the FMN Nation, where you can catch our live shows every Monday and Wednesday every Wednesday and Saturday until our strike is done. And that's when we go back to Foul Mouths Network. So do us a favor and go over there and, sub to both channels. And check out the Patreon, where we have exclusive shit being uploaded almost every day. Shows like Filthy Fuck Tips, Can I Talk with Me, and a bunch of other stuff to come soon. We're going to be doing a mafia movie podcast where it's going to be all about mafia movies, characters from the mob in movies, what characters are real, which ones are fake, and we're going to be talking about all of them, like the real ones, the fake ones, in real life reality shit, Al Capone, all this stuff that has to do with mobsters and all that cool shit. And we're going to be putting that out pretty soon. It'll be on the Patreon first, and then it'll be on the regular channel at some point, like we did with the Marvel podcast we did. Go check that out too if you haven't seen it. It's the Marvel podcast. Is on the Foul Mouths Network. And it's almost 3 hours worth of breaking down every single Marvel movie leading up to the latest movie coming out next month. So, guys, thank you. This was Meat Locker. Filthy, you got anything to say before we bounce?
Fuck the WWE and fuck Vince McMahon and fuck Linda McMahon and fuck Stephanie and her fucking stupid cleft.
Seriously, guys,
Fuck
if
'em.
you feel anything about that, you feel any way about that, and you want to express yourself, please don't hesitate to write down something on here or send us a message. Hit us up on Twitter and send us a message, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Catch us tomorrow night, Wednesday night. You might be hearing this on Wednesday, so catch us every Wednesday and Saturday at 9 o'clock on the Foul Mouths Nation and Foul Mouths Network. Peace out, everybody.
Out of time, I really thought you were on the side, but now there's nobody.
King it's Kane!